I'm Charles Cuniff with Charles Cuniff Architects. We've been in business here in Aspen, Colorado for 28 years. And the owner of this project in Woody Creek approached us because he knew of our capabilities in high-end residential architecture.
I'm Matt Mitchell. I own Highmark Development. I'm the general contractor for this Woody Creek home. I'm also an owner of Craftmaster Custom Building Systems in Fruita, Colorado.
Highmark Development has been very fortunate to be able to work with Charles Cuniff Architects out of Aspen, and specifically Joseph Edward, who is the project manager from that office.
Among the capabilities that we brought to the table here was Joseph Edward, who has worked with me for a number of years and I've known for many years, who has an expertise in this area of off-site controlled environment construction.
This house is a 6,000 square foot house located along the Roaring Fork River in Woody Creek, Colorado. And the house was laid out to take advantage of the views to Aspen Highlands and to the Roaring Fork River, which it's right next to.
My name is Jim Pidcock. I work for Highmark Development out of Telluride, Colorado. I am the Director of Operations for the Aspen market. When the house shows up on site, basically a house of this size takes between 2 and 3 days to set. We generally figure about an hour per module. The modules are shipped in on 18-wheelers, and within that process there's much to do in the 2 to 3 days of setting the house, but it's still way ahead of where we would be just in terms of a general timeline of building a house.
This Woody Creek home was built in Craftmaster Custom Building Systems in Fruita, Colorado. From that point, we trucked the home to Woody Creek, where it took a lot of work to assemble the home. Once the homes get here onto site, we need to strip all the trucking materials off of the modules, and we have the set crew crane the roofs into place, lift the hinged roofs into place, and crane the modules onto the foundation. While the set crew's craning the modules on the foundation, they have to make sure that all the modules fit appropriately, come along all the modulars tight together, and bolt everything together from an engineered bolting pattern. The set crew is also responsible for making sure that all the roof systems are all dried in, all the temporary framing, all the walls are taken out, and bringing everything to its final resting place on the foundation.
Most people consider off-site construction or factory-built modular construction to be geared towards affordable housing. In this case, we're taking the approach of a similar construction technique, but applying it to a truly custom home.
We spent 3 days putting the modules in place once they arrived from the factory. Everything went well. It's really a great process. It allows me to be way ahead of the curve when it comes to what's actually finished within the house.
In order to prepare a building site for our custom modular building system, we do the excavation. The excavation and foundation is no different than if it were stick built. We excavate the site. We do a traditional concrete foundation and bring everything to one level plate height. The modulars are going to sit on a sill plate that is all at the same level. So we bring the foundation to one level plate height so that when the modulars come, we can crane them into place and set them on the foundation and sill plate. Typically, we start the excavation and foundation in the field at the same time that they start framing in the factory. It takes roughly 8 to 12 weeks to build a house like this in a factory, and that allows us that 8 to 12 weeks to do our excavation and foundation and prep the site for the modulars. So at the time the components are ready at the factory, we're ready in the field for those. And what that allows is the project overall finished time to be 8 to 12 months versus 18 to 24 months.
The owner of this property in Woody Creek, Colorado, wanted to approach it as a custom home with modular construction and off-site controlled techniques, he knew it would save time and money and allow the site to be prepared and the foundation to be installed in time to receive the components of the house, which would save about 6 months of time. And he also wanted us to further work with him to make it a truly custom home, even though it was built with off-site components.